Attention.
All right, you guys. So today we are getting a bit of news, some fairly decent news, depending on how you feel about it. Get into all of that in just a moment. But we got some really cool news on the animated Star Wars front. It appears that we will be getting a new animated series that will be premiering in the fall. It is the brainchild of Dave Filoni, and it is going to be Star Wars Resistance. Now, some news broke about the trademark in regards to that name, and Disney had claimed the trademark for that particular name. So that news did come out, but it was not. It was unsure if that was going to be the new name for the new animated series, perhaps one of the new films that were coming out. So now it looks like it's pretty much confirmed that that particular name will be the new name of the new animated series. Again, this information is coming to us from EW.com. That's entertainmentweekly.com, guys. And the story was broke by Anthony Bresnikan, if I have his name there correctly. And so basically the animated series is going to give us the lead up to the build up of the Resistance prior to The Force Awakens. We're going to have a new character, that character's name, and please forgive me if I mispronounce the name, but I believe it's going to be Kazuda Exano. A young pilot recruited to help spy on the First Order, coming into contact with such familiar figures as X-Wing hotshot pilot Poe Dameron and menacing Captain Phasma. Oscar Isaac and Gwendolyn Christie have already signed on to voice those characters in the series, which is pretty cool, which is pretty awesome. There is no debut date for the series as of yet, but as I had mentioned before, it is the brainchild of Dave Filoni. And then Dave Filoni goes on to state that the idea for Star Wars Resistance came out of his interest in World War II aircraft and fighter pilots. Filoni said that his grandfather was a pilot and his uncle flew and restored planes as well. So they were a very big influence on him. And you can see that in his development of Hera, especially in that one episode where Hera flies the B-Wing. So that's really, really cool. And then speculation is that the main character may be of Asian descent. One of the actors listed is Christopher Sean, who is a Japanese American. So that is really, really cool. And it looks like he's also known for Hawaii Five-0, and he's also been on Days of Our Lives. I'm not familiar with that particular actor, but it looks like speculation is that he is the lead actor or the lead voice actor for this new animated series that we're getting. So speculation is also that the show will bring us perhaps a background on Snoke and other characters from the new sequel trilogy. The show is going to be executive produced by Athena Portillo and Justin Ridge, both of Clone Wars and Rebels. So we're going to get the same producers from previous work under Filoni. So that is really, really cool. And then, of course, they've released a statement that states, "Our colleagues at Lucasfilm have created a compelling narrative for an untold moment in the Star Wars galaxy. We are excited to partner with them again on this new original series." It also states, "Resistance will bring viewers across generations an engaging story with heart, humor, and both new and familiar characters." Now the only question is, what other well-known Star Wars icons will appear in the series? And also, what kind of X-Wing is that pictured in the little logo that we're receiving with this news here today? So, guys, my initial thoughts on this is, number one, and I'm just going to be completely honest and frank about it, I'm not fond of the new era or sequel trilogy era. It depends on where this particular series is going to start. If it starts somewhere right after Return of the Jedi, that could be really cool, because that means we will get some of our legacy characters, which will be interesting. But of course, the series will not be centered on those particular characters, but perhaps we'll see appearances from those characters. Of course, they've already mentioned in the article that we'll see characters like Poe and Phasma. Perhaps Phasma will be a formidable foe. Perhaps they will fill out this particular character on this series as opposed to what she's received in the films, which would be kind of nice, but I think it's kind of lackluster the way that she's been presented and now we're going to get her filled out on an animated series. I think that's kind of, I mean, I'm not totally upset at that, but I just think it should have been done in the films a little bit better. As I mentioned, I'm not particularly fond of this particular era, but it could be very interesting because it is coming from a different aspect, so to speak. However, we are getting into this thing where it's a development of a building rebellion or resistance, which has already been done with Rebels, and now it looks like it's being repeated again with this particular series. So I have some mixed feelings about this. However, I greatly trust Dave Filoni and obviously will at least give anything that he does a try. And I'm pretty sure it will be something that I will eventually get into and warm up to as more details are released. As far as the animated style, obviously all we're getting is this particular promotional photo right here. But it appears that it may be along the lines of the Forces of Destiny animation or something close to it. While I do like the animated style of Forces of Destiny, and I think it does fit that particular style and what they're shooting for that particular animated series, I don't think it would work for a long-term series, let's say in the way of Rebels or Clone Wars. I think you need something that's a bit more detailed as those particular series work. Again, guys, it is exciting news. We are going to get some more Star Wars content, so that will be really, really cool. I most definitely am going to check it out. I will be doing reactions to the shows here on this particular channel, guys, so you can expect that in the fall. That part of it is exciting. I do trust Dave Filoni, and I think he is going to present us with a very, very quality product. Do I wish that it was Ahsoka and Sabine looking for Ezra? Yes, I do. Do I think that they may touch upon that particular arc in this particular adventure? Maybe so. They might do that, again, depending on where they actually set this particular story. So we could get that fulfilled out in this series if it's not going to be its own series on its own, which now it appears that is not going to be the case. So very interesting news, guys, but what is most important, as I always say, guys, it's what you guys think and what your thoughts are. So guys, let me know, what are your feelings on this new series? How do you feel about the era that this is going to take place in, sometime before The Force Awakens? Also, what do you think about it being another series based upon the building of the Resistance? However, I will say this, it's not exactly the same, because it appears that we're getting a more of a spy covert type of series, as opposed to just renegade rebels that are running around stealing from the Empire. So it is a bit different in that aspect, but again, we are still in that rebuilding of a rebel or resistance type of plot for this particular adventure that we're going to be going on in this animated series. But again, I do trust Dave Filoni, but let me know what your thoughts are in regards to that, guys. So put those comments down below. Please like and subscribe. And of course, guys, from the Father to the Son to the grandson, may the Force be with you always.